Gluten-free baking involves creating baked goods that do not contain gluten, a protein found in wheat, barley, rye, and their derivatives. Gluten-free baking is essential for individuals with celiac disease, gluten intolerance, or sensitivity to gluten, as consuming gluten-containing foods can trigger adverse reactions and symptoms. Here's how to bake gluten-free treats for gluten-intolerant individuals. Use gluten-free flours. Replace traditional wheat flour with gluten-free flour alternatives in your recipes. Common gluten-free flours include rice flour, almond flour, coconut flour, oat flour. Make sure it's certified gluten-free to avoid cross-contamination. Chickpea flour, buckwheat flour, sorghum flour. Experiment with different flour blends to achieve the desired texture and taste in your baked goods. Add binders and stabilizers. Gluten-free baked goods often lack the binding and stabilizing properties of gluten found in wheat flour. Add binders and stabilizers to improve the texture and structure of your gluten-free treats. Xanthan gum or guar gum. These additives mimic the binding properties of gluten and help prevent crumbling in baked goods. Ground flaxseed or chia seeds. These ingredients can act as natural binders and provide additional nutritional benefits. Cornstarch or arrowroot powder. These starches help thicken batters and provide structure to gluten-free baked goods. Adjust leavening agents. Leavening agents such as baking powder and baking soda may need to be adjusted in gluten-free baking to achieve the desired rise and texture. Increase the amount of leavening agents slightly to help gluten-free batters and doughs rise properly. Use gluten-free baking powder and baking soda to ensure that your baked goods are entirely free of gluten-containing ingredients. Incorporate moisture-rich ingredients. Gluten-free flours tend to absorb more moisture than wheat flour, resulting in dry or crumbly baked goods. Incorporate moisture-rich ingredients to improve the texture and moisture content of your gluten-free treats. Eggs. Eggs add moisture, structure, and richness to gluten-free baked goods. Greek yogurt, sour cream, or buttermilk. These dairy products add moisture and tenderness to gluten-free batters and doughs. Applesauce, mashed bananas, or pumpkin puree. These fruit purees add moisture and natural sweetness to gluten-free desserts. Vegetable oils or melted butter. These fats help keep gluten-free baked goods moist and tender. Avoid cross-contamination. When baking gluten-free treats, ensure that your kitchen tools, equipment, and ingredients are free from gluten contamination. Use separate utensils, mixing bowls, baking pans, and appliances designated for gluten-free baking to prevent cross-contact with gluten-containing ingredients. Check labels and ingredient lists carefully to verify that all ingredients are gluten-free and free from potential sources of gluten cross-contamination. Experiment with recipes and techniques. Adapt your favorite recipes or explore new gluten-free recipes specifically designed for gluten-intolerant individuals. Experiment with different flour blends, ingredients, and techniques to discover the best combinations for gluten-free baking success. Look for gluten-free baking cookbooks, online resources, and recipe blogs for inspiration and guidance on baking delicious gluten-free treats. Practice patience and persistence. Gluten-free baking may require some trial and error to achieve the desired results. Be patient and persistent in your baking experiments, and don't be discouraged by occasional failures or setbacks. With practice and experience, you'll become more confident and skilled in gluten-free baking techniques. By following these tips and techniques, you can bake delicious gluten-free treats that are safe and enjoyable for individuals with gluten intolerance or sensitivity. Whether you're making gluten-free cookies, cakes, muffins, or bread, gluten-free baking allows you to create flavorful and satisfying baked goods that everyone can enjoy, regardless of dietary restrictions or preferences.